Good afternoon and welcome to Virtualize Everything. Today we're going to be covering part 2.1 of the Installing Pi-hole in 2024 video. This is a viewer requested part of the video, and we're going to be looking at adding a recursive DNS feature to our Pi-hole server that we set up in the previous video. If you haven't yet watched that video on how to install Pi-hole and you need help installing Pi-hole, go back and watch that video. I'll provide a link up in the top right hand corner of the screen for doing so. After you've watched that video, you'll be ready to start with this one. And what we're going to do first is to open up our container that we created prior. So to do that, we're going to select the container and open our console. With our console open, we're going to go ahead and log in. And now that we've logged in, best practices denotes that we should go ahead and do a repository update. So we're going to issue the command sudo apt update, and we have two packages that need to be upgraded. So let's go ahead and upgrade them with sudo apt upgrade -y. So now that everything's installed and up to date with our Pi-hole container, we can now go ahead and start the process of installing Pi-hole with Unbound. So now that everything's up to date with our Pi-hole container, we can go ahead and start the process of creating a recursive DNS server with Unbound. If you don't know what a recursive DNS server is at this point, a recursive DNS server is a DNS server that actually goes out and it finds the root authority or the root DNS server for the particular zone that you're looking at for the IP address and returns that, rather than going out and reaching out to somebody like Google or your ISP and asking them for the IP address of the particular website that you're looking to go to or view. So what this does is it adds a layer of security where you're going all over the internet trying to identify an IP address instead of one source. And this can help with various different elements of security. But the big one is in DNS poisoning attacks. There's not just one target that can be made. So say somebody's trying to go ahead and, copy your bank's IP address or website and steal your credentials that way. They can't just poison DNS. They can't just poison Google's DNS server. They have to go out and poison the actual server for the zone that your bank hosted in. This is a lot more complicated, a lot more difficult, and it adds a layer of security because their best target for their time, they're not attacking just you, they're trying to get anybody's data, is that larger DNS server. So fortunately for us, and fortunately for this project, Pi-hole's already gone ahead and set up great documentation for this project, and we'll actually be able to just follow along with the Pi-hole documentation to do this entire process. And here they explain what I just paraphrased for you about what a recursive DNS server is, how they interact, and some of the benefits and drawbacks of a recursive DNS server. Once you have read through all of that, you get to the actual process of installing and setting up Unbound, and that's what we're going to be doing today. I'll provide this link for you in the comment section so you can go ahead and copy and paste all these commands. So back at our container, we can begin copying and pasting the command. The first command that we're going to copy and paste is the command to use our packet manager to install Unbound. So of course, we're going to be looking at using administrator. So it's going to start with sudo. Then we're going to call our package manager. We're going to tell our package manager we want to install and what we want to install. And we're just going to answer yes to any end questions with a -y. And you can see during the installation it failed. That's because Unbound is yet to be configured. We're going to configure this and restart it in just a moment. The next step we're going to do is an optional step where we download the primary list of root servers. So this will help Unbound know where to reach out to in the internet to find the zone server where it's going to find the correct IP address for the page that it's looking to load. To do this, we're going to use a tool called wget, and we're going to reach out and we're going to grab that root file. Then we're going to pass it through a file called root hints that we're creating in the Unbound folder. And there you have it. There's the downloaded file. So the next step is going to be to use our favorite text editor. We're going to be using Nano today, and we're going to start configuring Unbound. So the documentation provided to us from Pi-hole doesn't tell us what text editor to use and doesn't tell us to use sudo, but because we're going to be creating this file, we need to use sudo, and we're going to use the text editor of Nano. So we're going to enter sudo nano, and then we're going to paste the path where the documentation tells us to create this Pi-hole config file for Unbound. And now that we're inside of a text editor, we can go ahead and copy the entire documentation right here for this configuration file directly from the Pi-hole website. When it's pasted in, it's going to look something like this. And we're going to need to do a few little additional configurations for this file because we chose to use the optional root hints configuration file for Unbound. So we're going to use our arrow key to move up, and we're going to look for a commented out section. So a commented section is going to start with a hashtag called root hints, and it's going to be right here. And they've already filled in the path to that root hints file for us. So all we need to do is delete the hashtag, which is going to turn that file white, and root hints is going to be able to be used. So we can just press Control and X, Y, and Enter, and that's going to save the file at this point. So now what we need to do is restart Unbound, because if you remember right, when we installed it, it failed to start and run. So in order to actually begin using it, we need to restart it. And now that it has its configuration file, it's going to start up and run just fine. So we'll paste in the command provided to us from the documentation, which restarts Unbound. Now with Unbound up and running, it's time to start doing some testing to make sure things are working right. And we're going to start first by doing a query to pi-hole.net and seeing if we get any information returned to us. To do this query, I'm going to use the dig command, and then I'm going to specify the address that I want to get the IP address of, and then I'm going to specify the IP address, which is localhost, and the port that I want to communicate with Unbound on. And the port that I'm going to communicate with Unbound is 5335. That was part of the configuration file that we pasted in earlier. Pressing enter, we're going to get back the IP address of Pi-hole.net. Now the next command I'm going to issue is again another query, and this query should fail. So let's go ahead and send it. And you're going to notice we're going to wait here for a decent amount of time, and communication is timing. And there you have it. It failed, and you can see that it tried 3 separate times to reach out and find the IP address of this particular domain that is incorrect, and that it returns that the server couldn't be reached. And we're going to do one last test to make sure this one worked. And it's just going to be a dnssect.works request, which basically is another website. And you can see that it replied with a IP address, and everything is working here. All right, so now that we're done configuring and testing Unbound, it's going to be time to head over to our Pi-hole and actually configure it to work with Unbound. Right now, they're inside of the same container, but they're not communicating with each other. To do that, we're going to head to the web interface and we're going to enter the IP address of our Pi-hole server followed by /admin. And then we're going to need to log in with our Pi-hole password that was set up in the previous video. At that point, you're going to be presented with this screen and you're going to head to settings. At the settings page, you're going to head to DNS, and here at DNS, you're going to uncheck both of your upstream DNS servers. If you followed our video, we installed that using Google, and you're going to check custom over here, and you're going to enter the local host IP address 127.0.0.1 followed by a hashtag to denote port. Notice we're not using a colon like we traditionally would, and we're going to go 5335 because that's the port that we set Unbound to communicate with on localhost. And that configuration file set up Unbound so it would only communicate on that port with our particular localhost system. So it's not going to be able to be used and hijacked to spread denial of service attacks across our network or other networks. And scrolling all the way down, we're going to press save. Now that this information is saved, we're now able to start communicating with our Pi-hole server. There's a couple of different ways we can do that. We could configure our router to distribute a global setting through its own DHCP server to all of our systems. I'm not going to go that route today because everybody's router seems to be different. But what we'll do is we will gather the IP address from this container, which should be static, and it should have been made static through the previous installation. But if we've forgotten it, we can enter IPA, and it's going to tell us that this container is 192.168.3.100. And then I'm going to be able to actually go to my computer's settings, and then I'm going to be able to go to my computer's Ethernet settings, or in this case, Wi-Fi, select DNS, and actually point my computer to this particular Pi-hole server by entering the IP address 192.168.3.100 and pressing OK. Here on a Mac, a Windows machine may be slightly different, but with those configurations, my computer should start using Pi-hole. And you can see that we have a few queries already coming in from that. And if you refresh, you can see some of the statistics that come in. All right, the last thing we need to do is do a DNS leak test. And this leak test should point us back to our own IP address. I'll go ahead, run that test. I will be blurring out some information for my own particular privacy, but with that information blurred out, this is what the screen should look like. We can press extended test, and we should just return one server, and that server should be our own self. With this, we know that Unbound has been successfully set up on our Pi-hole server, and we're ready to finish this video and begin using Pi-hole with the recursive DNS features of Unbound to add to some privacy and add to some security across our network, as we know we're going to be getting the actual IP addresses served to us from the authoritative DNS server for the particular website we're browsing. As always, have a good night.